During the summer of 2016, I studied abroad in South Africa. However, I didn't live in a dorm, and I didn't spend hours a day in a classroom. My desk was a seat in an open-air vehicle, and my classroom was a safari. Our guide, Andy, drove us around Kruger National Park in search of animals. Once we found an animal, we would stop the car and admire, as well as listen to Andy's vast knowledge of these creatures. In Africa, the African lion, African elephant, Cape buffalo, African leopard, and rhinoceros are known as the Big Five, which was a term created by big game hunters and refers to the 5 most dangerous animals to hunt on foot. My study abroad consisted of Kruger National Park, an elephant sanctuary, Maholoholo Rehabilitation Center, a secret rhino orphanage and conservation center, as well as a poultry and dairy farm. It's time to bring my adventures on the safari to you. Welcome to Zooamore. In Kruger National Park, out of the Big Five, we saw the African lion, African elephant, Cape buffalo, and rhinoceros. We did not see an African leopard in Kruger National Park, however, we saw one at Maholoholo. We were very fortunate on our trip to see many different prides of lions. Lions are naturally lazy, so many people think that zoos are not properly enriching the lions because they lay around most of the day. However, this is what they do in the wild. Lions will rest about 90% of the day, and they are mainly active when they hunt. A lion would not hunt in the zoo. The zookeepers can provide enrichment or a challenge for the animal while they try to obtain their meal. A lion pride can be anywhere between 3 and 30 individuals. Each pride may vary, but there may be 2 or more males in charge, or only one dominant male. The young males will eventually leave the pride in order to one day take over a new pride. If a new male takes over the pride, he will kill every single cub in that pride. The lionesses are mainly responsible for hunting, but males will usually eat first. Lions normally hunt at night or cooler daylight hours. On our night tour of Kruger, we saw a pride of lions who looked as if they were stalking their prey. However, our bus driver accidentally scared them away as opposed to watching them from afar. When hunting, lions will not waste their energy on impala or smaller animals as we witnessed. Instead, they wait for a larger prey, such as a buffalo, giraffe, zebra, or larger antelope species. We witnessed a male lion lying down and watched as impala crossed his path, and he didn't care to notice. An impala even walked unknowingly towards the lion. Once he saw the lion, he lost his balance as if in shock and ran away. Pride females usually conceive around the same time so that there are more females who can provide milk for the cubs. The average litter is 1 to 4 cubs after a gestation period of 110 days. Kruger National Park is overpopulated with lions, and conservationists might even need to enforce methods of population control. Lions are abundant in Kruger National Park because it is not difficult to find food due to the poaching of rhinos. There are about 2,000 lions in Kruger National Park, but only 20,000 left in Africa. Their population is declining rapidly. One of my favorite days in Kruger National Park was when we spotted lion cubs playing in the bushes alone. After admiring them, we saw them run to a lioness in the distance. We continued to follow them and ended up finding their mother, who was covered in blood of the prey she had recently eaten. One by one, the cubs ran to her, playfully pouncing on her. The aunt, mother, and cubs then walked away, and it was a beautiful moment. The cubs would even occasionally stop to scratch themselves. The African elephant is the largest living land mammal. They have a long mobile trunk, large ears, and 2 tusks. The trunk is used in assistance with eating and drinking as well as defense if necessary. The ears can be used as a threat to make the elephant appear dangerous. At the elephant sanctuary, we were able to touch and examine an elephant up close. We felt the trunk, tusks, tail, legs, feet, nipple, and even saw the inside of their mouth. The African elephant has greatly decreased in number, with most populations being restricted to conservation areas, such as Kruger National Park. It would be rare to spot a herd outside of a conservation area. Besides being hunted for tusks, the main threat to the elephant, as well as for many other species, is the expansion of the human population as we are diminishing their habitat. Elephants are social animals living in small family herds consisting of an older mother and her offspring. Larger herds contain more mothers and their offspring. Adult males will switch between sister herds in search of a mate. Young males will leave the group after maturity and form a new herd. They communicate by a number of ways, including visual signals, touch, and sound, both audible and inaudible to humans. Adults have very few predators, mainly humans, but the young can be killed by hyenas and lions. About 50% of young elephants die before they are 15 years of age, but some elephants live to be 60 years old. Average daily food intake of adults is between 150 to 300 kilograms, and water consumption is between 100 and 220 liters. They eat a variety of plants. We witnessed a mother and her offspring drinking from a man-made watering hole after walking a long distance. Elephants travel 50 miles a day, usually in search of water. This is a major controversy because zoos cannot provide enough space for elephants to walk throughout the day. However, it is debated whether this lack of walking is detrimental to their health or not. In a zoo, they are provided with food and water, cared for, treated for illness, and they are kept safe from predators. So the question is up for debate. Is their health and welfare being compromised? One day in Kruger National Park, we saw a pride of lions lying down. We also saw a herd of elephants walking towards them. The mother elephant saw the lions and charged them, and the lions ran up the hill to safety and roared. Here is the conflict caught on camera. The white rhinoceros is critically endangered due to the high volume of poaching for their horns. Rhino horn is made out of keratin, which is the same element in our fingernails. It has no medicinal value, but is highly valued in Chinese medicine. Poachers receive a large profit for cutting off a rhino's horn. Many countries believe that illegalizing the trade of rhino horn is the answer, but it is causing more poaching to occur. There is another option, however. Rhino horn grows back. If a rhino is sedated, the horn can be cut without any harm done to the rhino. Families in South Africa could raise rhinos and sell the horn to earn a living. This would save many rhinos from the sad fate of death. In Kruger National Park, there was a young rhino walking around by himself. Our guide gave a call, and the rhino walked up to our vehicle. Andy gave the call of a mother rhino. This was an orphaned rhino who approached us because he thought we were his mother.
Do you want the truth or the... not the truth?
I don't know what that means.
Truth.
Truth.
The reason why he's responding to us is because he's an orphan. So he's not even 2 years old yet. and that's why he thinks I'm making a contact call, and so that's why he's just a little too naive and coming close.
His mother was most likely poached for her horn. An average of 3 rhinos per day are poached in Kruger. Poachers may disguise themselves as families on a safari and search for rhinos. When no one is around, they will kill that rhino. At the secret sanctuary we visited, we saw a team tranquilize a rhino and hold it down as the horn was cut off. The rhino was then moved to a transfer crate and put in a different section of the sanctuary. We saw this happen about 10 times throughout the day. At one point, as a horn was being removed, I was drawing blood from the rhino's ear, which was an amazing experience. Most of the rhinos we saw in Kruger were lonesome rhinos. We saw very few herds. Rhino eyesight is poor, but they have a strong sense of hearing and smell. There can be 1,000 buffalo in a single herd. There is a hierarchical system among the males. At one point, we viewed a pride of lions watching the buffalo. We did not see them attack. We saw several hippopotamuses throughout our safari. They were usually seen in the water. Hippos are very dangerous animals due to their strong teeth and speed. They can even run fast underwater. Hippos cannot swim, so they have to have their feet touching the ground when in water. They will bask on the sand when not in the water. They will graze normally at night. They will live in herds of 10 to 15 individuals, but males may be seen alone as well. Adults can remain submerged for up to 6 minutes. They might loudly grunt or snort as a form of communication. One day during my study abroad, we visited Jessica Hippo, who let us feed her sweet potatoes, give her sweet tea, and kiss her snout. Giraffe are abundant in Kruger but have disappeared from many regions. They can live in herds between 4 and 30 individuals, but these groupings are unstable and there is movement between herds. Giraffe consume between 58 to 66 kilograms of food per day. We often saw giraffe eating from trees. We also saw them at the watering hole drinking, which makes them vulnerable to predators. We did not see any giraffe sitting, as one may be seen in a zoo. Giraffe have a gestation period of 450 days, and the calf at birth weighs about 100 kilograms. I hope you enjoyed the safari edition of Zooamore. Tune in next time to learn more about the animals you know and love.
It must be a pain. He actually ripped the juice off, and that buffalo bled red as well. So this is not one little animal you want to mess around with. They might be cute when they're babies.
Oh, that's sweet. It's just his back leg for now.
Wait.